Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phil with my co-host, Samantha.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're Bars and Barbells.
Today, we're getting into some Vince Gill. We haven't done a lot of Vince on the channel. We've been introduced to him for sure with a performance from Carrie Underwood, and I think we did a music video as well. And what song are we doing today, Sam?
We are doing Go Rest High on That Mountain.
And this song here came out originally in 1995. This performance, it seems like it's from 2013 because it's for George Jones's funeral.
Yes.
And it's got Patty Loveless as well.
Yeah,
in this
the live
one.
performance.
So the song itself seems like it's pretty renowned in terms of Vince Gill's catalog. Seems like people put that up there. But it seems like this performance is also really a hard hitter. So we're starting with this one because we have some unfortunate news to bring about. If you've heard the name Don before, because you've been around on our channel, you would know that he's made many sponsored videos over the past couple of years.
Yep, he's been a big part of the channel.
Yes, and he really had a lot of enthusiasm about it. He loved to, see the response in our community when he'd have a suggested video and read all the comments that you guys left. But we have some unfortunate news that Don passed away, and his wife reached out to us of 28 years and wanted to let us know that he wasn't doing so well, and that he wouldn't be able to make any more sponsored videos. And then we, emailed her back, and we're shocked to hear this, obviously. And then we had asked how long he had, because through her we got wind that he would have loved to have seen this. I think also there was a mention that it might be played at his own funeral. So we had gone back and forth with Melody, Don's wife, and she said, he would love this song. And we were at that point thinking, okay, let's, work on that video, get it up for Don as soon as we can. And within like that process of emailing back and then asking, how long would Don potentially have, he ended up passing away 12 hours later. We didn't even, the next time we heard from Melody, she basically said that he had passed away. So really tragic, unfortunate stuff. So rest in peace to Don. Obviously, huge component of our channel and sponsoring it and, giving us insights on where to go and contributing to the community. So definitely will be missed. And I can only imagine, what kind of pain Melody is going through. And, this song, though, is seemingly very fitting from it being played at George Jones's funeral, and we're basically holding our own funeral for Don on this one here.
Yes.
So
rest in peace, Don.
Yeah. So really unfortunate stuff, but it's crazy how you can get so close with so many people through this amazing community that we have on YouTube. So we're grateful and privileged that we had that relationship with Don, and we're gonna remember him now and
celebrate his life.
Yeah, and hopefully Vince Gill is going to pay some tribute to not only George Jones, but some tribute to Don as well. Did you want to add anything, Samantha? I've been rambling a long time.
I just think that, it's very, very sad that Don passed, especially so suddenly. But, the silver lining in that is that, Phil and I get to experience people's stories and how we've impacted them. And, the positivity. I'm going to get like all choked up now.
It's okay. It's tough to deal with, right? It's something that we haven't experienced before either, right? With anybody from our channel. So
yeah, I think that's just like what I was going to say is that even though you're online, we get to like create these relationships and hear people's life stories and bring positivity to their life. And then, hearing about their lives and their experiences brings positivity to us. And it's just such a positive experience, right? And I think it's in the world that we live in today, it's so important to have that. So
yeah, it certainly is. And music and, the community that comes about from it is a great way to bring about that camaraderie that you're talking about and you're alluding to. So we're going to let Vince Gill make you potentially get even sadder in this one, Samantha. But it is, a normal feeling that when you lose somebody, it's never, it's something that you want to have happen, right? So anyways, let's get into it. This intro's been going on too long, but let's check out some of Vince Gill and Patty Loveless.
It's great to hear Charlie Daniels talk about the high spirit of his belief in Barbara also mentioned those shoes. It's my belief they don't make those shoes anymore. I know your life on earth was trouble, and only you could know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to the lane. Go rest high on that mountain. Sun on earth is done. Go to heaven and shout love for the Father and the Son. Oh, how he cried the day he left us.
It's tough.
We gathered round your grave to grieve. Wish I could see angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. Go rest high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Father and the Son.
How tough that would be for Vince Gill. I mean, I'm getting choked up watching it and, you know, trying to keep myself settled to be able to talk to you guys. But I can only imagine what he was going through at this moment. And I assume he was probably friends with George Jones, but obviously George had a great impact on country music as a whole. So, and then, you know, just this whole vibe of this, the lyrics that he's talking about. I mean, it's an amazing song for this setting, but it's also something that really, you know, strikes a chord emotionally because of the things that are being said. And, you know, makes it's just so interesting how, you know, emotionally some things help you, but they hurt you at the same time. And I feel like this is one of those instances where you have to go through the grieving process. You have to accept what has already happened. And you have to listen to the reality of that, but also going through that process allows you to see a little clearer that, you know, this person is in a better place and that they're being looked after, so to speak. And, you know, when you make peace with that, I think it allows you to move through that process a bit better. So it's just, you know, hard, you know, when you have both, you know, your heart's tugging, the strings are tugging on your heart. And you're feeling the pain, but you're trying to get to that other side. And music, I think, does help you do that. But it really, I think, lets you allow those emotions to be present and fester.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful memorial song. Like you said, it just
the musicianship of it, but also, the lyricism. I think it's a beautiful song. I think it's also cool to see, a performance that's more renowned because of the emotion present in it over like the technical ability or the lights and the showmanship. It's like, so often we place the value as to how good someone's vocal is or how crazy the performance is. And while both of them sound great, it's more so I feel this from the emotion coming through because it's just authentic and it's genuine and it's real. And like a lot of time in society today, we miss that, right? So
yeah, it's about the emotion, right? And thank goodness for Patty being there to help Vince as well. She's his guardian angel in this sense because she seems like she's holding it together for Vince, and he's really, needing her there for her support.
Well, even in the audience, it seems like people are getting kind of choked up and, like they're feeling the emotion, obviously, from the performance. But like you were saying, I think we were reading that while George Jones passed, and a lot of these people probably knew him personally from the country music community, it was also, we were reading almost like kind of the end of an era, the music era that he was in. So I think that's part of probably what these people are feeling too, right? Like the turning of the tides of an end of an era.
Vince Gill and Patty Loveless, ladies and gentlemen, both members of the Grand Ole Opry and a couple of George Jones' very favorites. George championed those who were about tradition, and those are two of the great ones right there that have held to that path without a doubt.
Man, it's just such an impactful song. I mean, obviously for us doing this video as well, it's impactful in the sense, you're remembering somebody. But just a song that in country music history is going to live on forever, I feel like, because it's so raw and authentic from the song standpoint. And then you have on top of that, what you were saying about, his performance. I think that the human element of the performance, the fact that he made mistakes in this and that he couldn't keep it together and was authentic because he was hurting so much, made it so much more true in the performance and what the song meant. It was like, this is how the song is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so very powerful, you know, doing my best to not, you know, lose it here, but life is short, and there's been a couple of people that have said to us recently, cherish your loved ones. So do that. That's what I'll leave you with.
I think that's good. I don't think I can follow that up any better than that.
Well, you should add some closing thoughts. So fortunately, you have to.
As you know, emotional and sad as this is, like Phil said before, I think we need music like this to be able to process our emotions and to, you know, unfortunately, having sadness and grief is just a part of life, right? And I think that it is part that, although we want to avoid that to, you know, the most that we can, it is important to go through that. And, you know, it's healthy to process your emotions. And I think music like this allows you to do that. I think that it's a beautiful song. And I think it's a beautiful song for Dawn, and couldn't have picked a better one. So.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and you know what to do if you did. Also, leave a comment and let us know how you feel about this community and everybody in it. Yeah. And make sure you show some support and love, because too often this world is being torn apart by so many other things. So we could all use a little more love, and that's what we're going to do on this video, is we're going to share that. We love all you. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Thanks so much, guys. We're so grateful for you guys.
Sending our love to Melody and Dawn and any other family members as well. And any of you guys that are experiencing tough things right now. And in Dawn's case, it was cancer. So, you know, I'm sure there are other people going through something similar. And you're not alone. All of us are thinking about you.
Yep, you're in our prayers.
You matter. You are important. So if you're a part of this community and you happen to be, you know, watching this, you know, just know that people are thinking about you. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you in our next video.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.